All right, let's move into topic number 3 of the show.
All right.
This was a topic I've been wanting to touch on for a little bit, and it is, I love pro wrestling, but there's definitely, as I've gotten older, there are things that I don't like. So this topic is, what are the things in pro wrestling that I hate the most? And it's a weird topic because ultimately, during different parts of my life, my relationship with wrestling has been different. As a kid, it was just like this surreal thing, right? Everything seemed real. The Undertaker's fucking real. Stone Cold's real. The Rock is real. It's all real. It's amazing. It's the greatest movie ever. As I got older, you begin to like appreciate the athleticism and the spectacle of the event, the fireworks, the lights, the stage. And then in my current state now, it's become a hobby to watch. It's something to break up the monotony of like everyday regular life. When people go, how do you watch wrestling? It's fake. No, man, it's a movie that never ends. It's like the best Avengers movie of all fucking time. It never ends. It's constantly going. We got dead guys. We got casket matches. We got I Quit matches. Ronda Rousey shit. Like it's like a fucking spectacle. It's you never know what's going to happen week to week, and you kind of do know what's going to happen week to week, and that makes it fun. But the real truth is, when I close my eyes and I play make-believe, at this point in time, I don't really have anything wrong with actual professional wrestling. You know, there's like stupid stories that happen from time to time that we go, oh, that's dumb.
But I kind of like them, though.
Exactly. Like, you kind of learn to like even the dumb shit that happens. But the worst part of pro wrestling, when you pull the curtains back, like, the worst part of it is like the negativity and like realizing that like some of these wrestlers are scumbags.
Oh,
right?
Yeah.
And it makes me appreciate the Bianca Belairs, the Montez Fords, the guys and the girls who are great role models for kids. Because like at the end of the day, like wrestling is for all ages, but there is an element of wrestling that is kiddish, right? It's make-believe. We're playing make-believe. And it's great that adults can play make-believe, but I do appreciate the fact that not everybody has to be a role model, but it makes me appreciate those people for being a role model. I mean, we used to do the douchebag awards, and it almost became depressing because like at first it started out as a joke because I knew like, oh, there's 3 or 4 guys that are douchebags. Then all of a sudden you got people writing in and going like, well, Theory's a douchebag.
Yeah.
CM Punk's a douchebag. And you're just like, I didn't want to know all this. Like I really did. Fuck.
Riddle's a
douchebag. And it's like,
that cut me hard.
I don't want to watch wrestling and sit and go like, oh, all these guys are just fuckheads. Like they're all idiots. And to me, that's the part of wrestling that I don't like, is when I break out of the make-believe and I go, these are real people. They have real problems in their life. They do real stupid shit a lot of times. That's hard. It's hard for me to kind of get with that. But even with that, I still think the worst part of pro wrestling, and this is something that I've only been exposed to in like the last year of my life, and I had heard the term, but I never knew what the fuck it was. It's the IWC. It's the IWC. It's the Internet Wrestling Community, which I'm sure from the naked eye, like I get lumped into it. They go, you're part of the IWC. You're a guy who talks about wrestling. But I like to believe that like the IWC is the know-it-all fucks. Like I talk a lot of shit, but I don't claim to know anything. I'm a guy who just like, I got some design elements behind me. I put together a pretty good production, but like if you listen to me, you know what the fuck you're getting at this point. Like anybody who's listening to me understands I'm just talking a lot of shit from a casual point of view. And this IWC, they exist in multiple places. I see them on YouTube. I see them on Instagram. I see them on Twitter. But Jesus Christ, TikTok is the worst fucking place in the world. I hate TikTok. And we have to use it because TikTok is the most friendly platform to a content creator who's trying to grow. Right? But like all of these content creators, they all call themselves, they're content creators, right? They just want to fucking argue with each other.
Yeah.
They don't want to make any original content. They don't want to put out original ideas, and like they don't want to hang on real thoughts. They don't want, like, you have to say some stupid shit that's wrong. I say a lot of shit that's wrong, and then I eat the shit for it. These guys want to argue with each other. They want to feed off of each other's content, and they just want to make reply after reply after reply. And I think that's why when I came onto TikTok from doing this podcast and bringing it to TikTok and cutting clips and putting them on TikTok, I think that's why like I was so fucking like alienated right off the bat because I didn't want to play the game. They all wanted to take my videos and go, oh great, we got a new guy to fucking jump on.
Nerdy D's here.
Yeah, and we can all fucking pile on. And I was just like, oh, we're not gonna do this.
Yeah.
We're not going to play this game. Like, here we go. No stitching and no duet. Oh, he doesn't allow us to stitch. Yeah, because you don't have any fucking original ideas. What you guys do is you take what I say and you fucking chew it up and try to spit it back out at me. And you guys sit and fucking think about it for fucking 12 hours. I write this shit like 2 hours before we go on. And I just talk about like shit that's in my head.
Yeah.
And I'm not going to reply. I'm not going to fucking come back. You know, I tried like a few times texting back with these guys, but they're so irrational and they're just fucking like know-it-all jackasses. And it gets so fucking annoying. And then 1 minute, these guys are all fucking hugging each other and eating lunch together and kumbaya and fucking loving on each other. And then the next minute, they all want to fucking kill one of them.
Yep.
And it's just like, it rotates who it is. It's like, it's this guy today. It's this guy today. And this guy got banned because this guy fucking talks shit. We all know who fucking did it. Well, shut the fuck up and stop fighting with each other.
They're never mind.
It's like a bunch of fucking high school kids. They like, I don't have time. Once I'm done with this, like I cut it off and I go into promotional mode. I'm promoting this show. I'm not like, it's not an ego boost. I don't need to talk shit or tell them where they're wrong. I could give two fucks what they're saying. But like, this is just supposed to be a fun thing. Wrestling's supposed to be fun. And I want everybody to have an opinion. I want those people to have an opinion. I just don't understand why like it always has to be. And like anybody who listens to the show, they know who I'm talking about, right? Oh, well, let me tell you where you're wrong. Use a straw man's argument.
Well,
shut the fuck up, dude. Just let somebody have an opinion. You don't know any fucking more than that guy does, right? And then you get like the ex-wrestler guys who think they know more. And it's like, cool, man. Yeah, you've done this. Doesn't make you any fucking smarter than anybody else. I gotta tell you, like, you may feel smarter and you may feel like you have an inside, but I played basketball at a real high level. I don't fucking feel like I'm any more knowledgeable about pro basketball than anybody else. Especially being removed this far from my time of playing basketball. Like, doing something doesn't make you an expert at something, and it definitely doesn't make your opinion more of an expert. And like, every time I get on TikTok, I just like, it's like, Jesus, they love each other, they hate each other, they all want to fucking hug each other, they all, oh, you, and I love this guy, and make sure you follow this guy. Man, fuck all these people. They ruined wrestling. They ruined AEW for me for sure.
Yeah.
Like, I came in hot, really liking AEW, and then they fucking like jumped all on me for having like opinions that AEW guys are too small. Then all of a sudden it becomes the fucking thing to say is that, well, AEW guys are too small. Mm-hmm. Don't think I don't fucking hear all these people regurgitate shit I say and not give credit back. Mm-hmm. Like, I hear, like when Jay says something that I say, there's always credit given. And that's 100% what the fuck I do this for. I do this to create conversation. And there's another guy, forgot his fucking name. I newly followed him, and I'll get his name and I'll shout him out next time. But he did the same thing. He credited me for what he said, and he goes on to comment. But I see all the time these fuckers trying to talk about shit that I'm talking about, and then like create it like it's. And then I see like the audacity of them to get on and then be like, all these people copying content, and I'm like, it's you, motherfucker. You're the one doing the shit. But as far as like actual wrestling goes, I don't really have any qualms with pro wrestling. I've come to terms with like, everybody's been at one point in time the guy who's like, well, that's a stupid story, and I know better than. I think at this point in time, being a parent kind of changes you and how you watch wrestling, right? It's a fucking relaxing thing. It's an entertainment. It's like watching a movie. There's bad parts of movies. There's good parts of movies. And wrestling has all that. If I had to pick things that I hate in wrestling, it's things like the Randy Orton spot at the end of Monday Night Raw, where like everybody gets a turn.
I think my least favorite thing would be like when they let a match go too long.
That's an AEW thing, right?
You know what I mean?
Because we need to go
an hour-long match to
minutes.
me, no. That's ridiculous.
That to me is, I call it wrestling porn. It's wrestling porn is what that it is. It's wrestling porn. It's for the guys who get off on the individual techniques. And that's great. Like, cool. That's not me. See, this
30 minutes max.
Casual wrestling show.
Anything over 30 minutes is ridiculous to me.
Anything over 10 minutes starts to feel real long to me.
10 minutes is a perfect spot. I remember we went to RTW.
Unless
and it was like 10 minutes.
They had 10-minute time limits, and it felt like the show was moving, and I loved it. It was awesome, and everybody got to tell their story in 10 minutes. If it's a big time match, 20 to 30 minutes is fine because, hey, man, it's storytelling.
I said 30-minute max, and that's like, if it's like
a Monday Night Raw or AEW Dynamite match that
minutes.
goes over fucking 10 minutes is crazy. Yeah. It is. The other thing I hate about wrestling is there's not weight classes. I am the big proponent. Like the thing I'll fucking the fucking soapbox that I'll stand on is I don't like small wrestlers. I don't like that we put so many small wrestlers in a position against big wrestlers. Like, let's have weight classes. Let's do maybe not like 10 like the UFC, but let's have like a light heavyweight, a middleweight, and a heavyweight. And then we can create super matches around those, right? All of a sudden, the light heavyweight guy goes against the heavyweight, and it becomes a bigger deal. And instead of having so many like, and I get like it's hard because there's prestige, but maybe just add the weight classes to the belts that exist. But like, what the fuck is a United States champion versus like what is a Universal champion versus what is an Intercontinental champion, versus what is a European champion? Like, those things don't really mean anything. WWE 90% takes place in the United States. So like, this guy represents the United States but has no fucking allegiance to the United States. Those things don't make sense. It would make more sense to me. And I did see WWE is flirting with using a ranking system like AEW, which is something like, to be considered a real sport, it needs to exist. WWE needs a ranking system. They need something that we can come on and talk about week to week who is ranked what. Right? It just gives a better feel. While I know, like I've said it numerous times, the AEW records don't fucking matter. They don't matter, but they're there and they're kind of cool to talk about, right? Like CM Punk is 12-0 or whatever, or so-and-so is, and so they're great talking points for people to talk about, even though they don't matter. And in WWE, it's the same thing. Like, just let us know who's kind of next in line. And you can jump the line just like UFC, but like, give us these rankings. WWE could take a lot from UFC to create a product. I think press conferences are needed. I do think they should have pre-pay-per-view press conferences. That would be cool. And I do think that they should have weight classes, at least 3. And just like Markham, like the Universal title is the heavyweight, the Intercontinental, the middleweight, the United States, the lightweight, and then like the 24/7 is an open division. Whatever. Seems cool. All right.
Step in the ring. If you ready, let's go. Hey, casual wrestling community show. You already know. Talking WWE. Keep it rolling and hosted by Notorious Nerdy D. Don't be sure that you gon' find. Tune in cause it's online. Hit 'em with a figure 4 leg lock, power driver, or clothesline. We bringing that heat like the show. But you should